Hey everybody, welcome to episode 33 of Daily IoT. I promised a weekly news wrap up, and so I have to deliver on that this week. And so we're gonna hop directly into the news. And it was a very, very dry news week, at least from all the sources that I'm looking at every single day. There just was not much going on. But first up today, coming out of Onion Omega, the Omega 2, very successful on Kickstarter. It has started to ship. They are actually in a pause of shipping right now because of the Chinese New Year, and so they're all shipping has stopped for a little bit until that wraps up, and then it will continue, I believe, in mid-February. Shipping will begin again on those. So if you haven't gotten your Omega 2 yet, like I said, it's going to be a couple weeks before they ship it. And then if you're in the United States like me, when they ship it, you're still like another 10 days out from there. So something to be aware of. But news out of Omega, out of Onion HQ, while you're waiting on that, they have some new documentation. I will put the link in the description below of where you can check that out for getting started with the Omega 2. They've cleaned it up, made it a little bit easier to navigate and more well organized. So that out of Onion. The other piece of news out of Onion, they've started the, it's called the 2 Bullet Tuesday newsletter, where they are putting in like a project and then like a tip for using your Omega, which I think is a great idea. It kind of keeps the ecosystem thriving, and if you have an Omega and you're interested in using it for projects, sort of that constant stream of project ideas and information to help you learn, I think is a great model. You can subscribe to that and get updates every week on Tuesday. And so I will put a link down below. You can check out that. You can subscribe to that as well if you are interested. Next up, out of the investment corner of the world of Internet of Things, Ring, the connected doorbell, received raised $109 million in a Series D funding round. And so if you don't know what the Ring is, like I said, it's a connected doorbell. I actually had never had any experience or known that these things even existed until I went over to my next door neighbor's house, knocked on the door, needed to ask him a question. Nobody answered. I turned around, I started walking away, and I hear, "Hey, Kevin, how's it going?" And I kind of scared me a little bit. I turned around, the door never opened, and my neighbor's talking to me through his doorbell. He can see me. It doesn't have a screen on it, so you can't see who you're talking to, but it's a way to see who's at your door. You can remotely, like I said, see who's knocking at your front door, decide if you want to answer it or not. They build a little bit as a security thing as well, to help you feel like you're being safe. And so anyway, Ring, $109 million Series D funding round. Hopefully they can continue to iterate on their product, and we'll see if this is one of those things that I'm kind of rooting for. I think it's a neat Internet of Things device, and so good luck to Ring. I hope they can do good things with that money. Okay, last piece of news this week coming out of a joint announcement between Microsoft, Hackster.io, and Raspberry Pi, and that is the Microsoft IoT Virtual Bootcamp. This is being held March 28th through the 30th, and they are accepting registrations now to sign up for this. It is open only to people located in North America. I'm not sure why that is, because like I said, it's a virtual boot camp, and so you could join from anywhere, but it might have something to do with the hardware that they're associating with this, maybe shipping and things like that. As part of your registration, there are 2 tracks. There's the enterprise track and the commercial track, and they will be using certain pieces of hardware to go along with this as part of the curriculum of the boot camp. It's going to be an Intel Compute Stick or a Raspberry Pi 3. And so I'm not really sure. There's some information. I'll put it up in the description below. I'll put a link so you can check it out. I'll read this here. The enterprise track is recommended for CTOs, IT product managers, hardware engineers, software engineers within an OEM, ISV, system integrator, solution aggregators, or embedded distributors, which is really kind of a wide range of roles there. So that's the enterprise track. And then the commercial makers track is recommended for software developers and vendors and entrepreneurs looking to bring new solutions to market for commercialization. So that is who they're marketing this to. It's something that you can check out if you want to attend. The cost for this on the enterprise track is $200. That includes the Intel Compute Stick hardware that goes along with it that they'll ship out to you. And then the commercial track includes a Raspberry Pi 3, also costs sorry, I almost said $300. $200. If you want to sign up for both tracks, it's going to be $300. So IoT Virtual Bootcamp from Microsoft. You can register for that, and like I said, I will put a link down in the description. That does it for the wrap-up of news. I want to take just a second. I've been thinking a lot about this during the week, this pressure to do this roundup of news, and I went through hundreds of different articles trying to find news to have a summary of at the end of the week, and it felt unnatural. Like I was almost just fishing for stuff just so I would have something. And I don't want to do that. I want to, like I said, I want to share things that I find interesting, and because I think that you'll find them interesting as well. And so what I want to try to do is, instead of doing this in a video format like YouTube, this stuff takes me some time. I've got to film it, I've got to transfer it to my laptop, I've got to import it into Final Cut Pro, and sometimes I do some post editing and things like that. And it's all a process, uploading it to YouTube. And it takes time. And so what I want to try to do is I'm going to switch the news over to my Instagram account. My username on Instagram is SidwarKD. I will put a link down in the description. And what I want to do is use the Instagram Stories feature. And as I come across news during my week, during my day, whenever I find one of these interesting things that pop up from time to time, I want to put it in my Instagram story, and then it's available. You can see, you can keep up with the news kind of as I'm keeping up with it. You can just follow over there. Now, please take it easy on me. I don't want mean comments about how I'm trying to boost my Instagram following. It's not about that. It's just that I feel like it's a good platform. The stories have limited clip length, so I have to really come up with a good summary, get into that short window. And so I feel like it would be good, not just for me, because it's a lot easier. I record that, post it, it's done. I mean, it's all in one motion instead of having to do all the editing stuff. And then I feel like it would be good for those of you watching as well. If you can follow that over there, you'll get the news in a very concise way, just as I'm coming across it. So I'm going to try that. I would really appreciate it if you could, check out the news in that format and let me know what you think. I apologize. Like I said, I've tried to do news several times on the channel. I did the micro news for a while, which was a lot of fun, but that was taking all of my time. I was trying to do so much for that, and so this is a way to try to condense my time. I don't have a lot of it. I'm doing this on the side, and so anyway, I'm just ranting. It's going to be on Instagram, SidwarKD, link below. Please check it out. If you do go over to Instagram and follow me there to get the news, please send me some sort of a message, whether it's in the comments or a message on Instagram to say, hey, I'm from the YouTube channel. I'm over here to see the news as it pops up in the storyline. That would be awesome. I would really appreciate it. Otherwise, I hope everybody has an amazing weekend and week coming up. And I appreciate you watching Daily IoT, the show where together we're learning how to make the Internet of Things one day at a time. And my GoPro didn't cut out on me that time. See ya.